I've been a physician for 40 years, living the dream because in high school I said I wanted to be a family physician in my yearbook, and here we are. My name is Dr. Vic Michelucci, and I'm a physician here in primary care at North Main, Jacksonville, Florida. Patient care is top priority. It's everything because that's what you do. You basically have to make that patient healthy and happy. It's such a pleasure to see people improve and get to the best that they can be for their, healthy, happy lives and as active as they can be.
My name is Sandra Pendergrass. I'm 68. Dr. Victor Michelucci is my doctor. I've been a patient of his since he started. And I love my doctor. I would trade anybody except my doctor. I know he'll check everything out.
Sandra Pendergrass is a sweet, sweet patient and has a lot of medical problems. I've known her for 25 years or maybe 30 and followed her in no matter what condition she's been in, even in the hospital years ago. Katie's done a great job with her and saved her a hospital emergency room and probably an admission if the ER doctor saw her.
I'm Katie Townsend. I'm a nurse case manager for Northeast Florida. I met Miss Sandra late last summer. I think it was after her last ER visit in September. So I met her after her last ER visit in the office, and I was helping her get established with home health care at that time and just getting her familiar with all of our resources that we have to offer here at Millennium. So she called me one morning before the office opened. She immediately apologized for calling me so early. And she told me that she was having some shortness of breath. Her oxygen was, I think, in the low 80s that morning.
I got up that morning and my oxygen, for some reason, wanted to keep bouncing in the 70, 79, 80. I said, and my daughter-in-laws were going to the hospital. I said, let me call them first. When I called her, she answered right away.
So we reviewed the action plan. She did already have her COPD kit, and she was obviously in the yellow zone. I told her to go ahead and start the prednisone and turn down her oxygen.
And Katie told me turn the oxygen from 5 to 4. I did that. I took all the medicine, the breathing treatment, and I had it back up to 89 to 90, 89, 90. And it played that way for a while, but I felt like I could breathe better. It worked, and for the first time, I didn't have to go in the hospital. And that means a lot when you've been a lot.
She didn't have to go to the hospital. She got to stay home where it's comfortable. She was going to head to the hospital. Her sister advised her to, and that sounded like her sister was very worried about her. But with the kit, she managed to breathe better and got rid of her shortness of breath and the nebulizer treatment, the steroids, the inhalers, and oxygen that she already had. Really prevented her to go to the emergency room, so she stayed and got better. We saw her the next day that we were open. That saved us an admission and probably an uncomfortable time in the emergency room for who knows how many hours before you got treated.
Well, as a case manager, just seeing the patients utilize the resources that they're given and, witness them taking control of their health and bettering themselves and just managing their condition, it's very rewarding.
It is harder and harder and harder to take care of patients. But Millennium stays on top of it with lots of meetings and virtual meetings and tips and computer updates to stay one step ahead so that you can accommodate your patient, because you have to get authorization for everything you do anymore. So that slows things down, but if we can get things done immediately, it can make a difference in a patient's life and at least keep them out of the hospital and keep them home happy and healthy. And the last 5 years with Millennium have been the best 5 years of my life.
Then Millennium come on, and I have to give them credit. They've done more for the patient side of it. Having people like Katie and Dr. Victor Michelucci, I'm thankful. And I'm thankful to Millennium. I hope they keep on doing what they're doing, because actually it's saving my life.